Did you hear about Supper Club? Hope they don't eat me.
Hi, and welcome to Game Club Central. My name is Marty, and today we are doing another episode of the Supper Club Presents Pizza Time. Today, featuring Remdwaas. Remdwaas is joining me live from the Netherlands. Hello, sir. How are you today?
Oh, Marty, I'm fine, thank you.
Good. I know I asked you to stop locally and find your own pizza. What was your selection today, if you'd share with us?
Of course, I saw Major Francing eating a meat lover, so I thought I will do a mod of the same pizza. So I saw his video also from last week, and Major Francing said that he cannot finish Duke of Hazard so soon. What? Oh my God, he has so much time, really he does. So he just has to finish it.
He says time. I think we all just need to encourage Major Frenchie to finish that up.
Yeah.
Perhaps
so.
Today's interview with you can be inspiring.
Maybe. We will see.
Yeah.
Hey, but for the pizzas, if we take Domino's, we always go for the meat lovers. I also like the sandwiches there. But normally in the Netherlands, we eat fries, not pizza. Because we are more a fries country than eating pizza.
Do you put anything on the fries like the French do?
We have sauce with it, so like satay sauce or mayonnaise or something else, and maybe mix. But before we start, I really want to thank you for the pizza.
Yeah.
And also, my wife said that because you're not. We are a close community, but we don't know each other that well, and that you're willing to do something like this is for me. It's really big because it's are the small things that does it in life. So this really makes me happy for sure. So thank you for this.
Yeah, me too. I figure what better way to get to know each other than talk and share a meal. So I myself, last episode, if you watched it, we had a lot of comments on pineapples. So I went ahead and got pineapple from a place called Mod Pizza. So that'll be new and interesting for me. But let's get into the meat of it and let's start eating. So please enjoy as we talk. I'll try to be sensitive as you're chewing, but don't let this stop you enjoying your dinner. Remco, I know that we've introduced ourselves and talked a little bit about our pizza, but I'd like to know a little bit more about you. Behind the work, can you tell us a little bit about your hobbies, or outside of pinball, do you have any pets? Is there any other fun you could share with us?
Yeah, so my nickname is Remdwaas 1986. So Rem is obviously for Remco, and Dwaas is in Dutch. It's like crazy. Because I love to do crazy stuff, man.
What do you mean? What kind of crazy stuff are you talking about, man?
Yeah, I'm just a direct, simple, and easygoing guy. My Indonesian wife and we have a dog, a French bulldog. I have never in my life seen a sweeter breed than this one. They only fart really a lot, and they smell like you never smelled before, really. His name is Mahal. Mahal is Indonesian for expensive, because the dog was really expensive. So do yourself already hearing yourself shouting into the garden, expensive, come inside, expensive. So we also love to travel. I visit 36 countries and I want to visit more than that. By traveling and seeing different cultures and countries gives you so much life experience, but also understanding the world better than only hearing things from the media. It really enriches your life and makes you happy with all the stuff that we have. If you see how other people also live in this world. Maybe the following stuff is a little bit boring, but life is short and I want to get everything out as much as I can. So outside pinball, what I did, and I like to do the crazy things. So I did bungee jumping, tandem sprong, out of a plane, indoor skydiving, paragliding, VP Windshop. They have the pictures of the proof. So I really did it. Parasailing, clay pigeon shooting, shooting in Las Vegas with different guns, shooting in Russia with a Kalashnikov into a basement.
Wow.
Upsiding from the Euromas of Rotterdam, riding in a small tank, eating barbecue on a volcano. They really barbecued on a volcano. That was in Lanzarote.
Wow.
Going into a submarine, flying lessons in a Cessna Autogiro, but also with a Boeing 737. I've flown in a helicopter above the strip in Las Vegas. Wow, really, such beautiful things. But also with a hot air balloon and playing Mario Kart. So like driving in karts in Japan, in Akihabara on the road. That's really something to do. And yeah, just the normal stuff like karting, paintballing, and jet skiing, bodyboarding, sailing. Yeah, but Marty, not everything goes well. Like with building a table, you also make sometimes mistakes. But in life, it's the same. I also tried to water ski, but that only ended with blub, 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 because I couldn't stand up with my awesome body into the sea. So I also tried to scuba dive. I took lessons in the Netherlands and also in Las Vegas, but I just got panic, and that's something not for me. A fun fact is this really happened. I went on an advanced snorkeling trip in San Diego to swim with sharks. Marty, I never snorkeled in my life. And this was an advanced class. So can you imagine the group paying $300 each person? And we're going out on the sea to Mexican waters. And after 3 hours of baiting, they finally saw a shark. And I think it was like a mako. Everybody is going slowly in the water. And when it's my turn, they yell, "Watch out! There is a shark under the boat." So I jump into the water. I feel something on my fins. And then I know, oh no, I cannot do the snorkeling. And then it was spattle, 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 and the shark was away. So I made the people very upset. They were very upset. Then we come all to the boat again, and then they asked, "Are you able to do the snorkeling?" And I said, "No." And then they said, "No, you can just try it behind of the boat for the rest of the day. That's all for you."
So,
but what I really love is animal interaction. Just be able to touch an animal and to be up close.
You just went straight in the water? They didn't put you in a cage?
No.
Wow.
It's for the sharks. It's like snorkeling. So you go out with your flippers into the sea, and then just swimming, and then your snorkel on so you can see the mako or the other shark that they're baiting. Yeah. So like I said, I do all the crazy stuff and trying to make everything as possible.
You are an adventurous man, sir.
Yeah. So also I swam with dolphins in Portugal and Turkey. I swam with a sea lion in Spain. I pet a penguin in SeaWorld. Had interaction also with a beluga there. I really love to do that. In Thailand, I feed a baby tiger. I pet an adult tiger. I sit on a crocodile. I feed the crocodiles.
That is wonderful.
20 black scorpions walk over my body.
Ugh.
And interaction with an elephant. And also in Bali, I feed the white tiger. And then through the cage, I just touch it, but I wasn't allowed. So everybody was mad at me at that point. I pet and feed a honey bear in Bali. That was also special. Pet an orang, all the big snakes, different birds. And one of the most beautiful things to do is to take the sea walker in Bali. Then you just go below the sea with everything on, and then you can feed the fish.
Wow.
And then after the petting animal, it's time to eat them. Because that's also something that you have to try.
And
not the ones that are normally. So I eat crocodile in Denmark, whale in Iceland, bear and reindeer in Russia. In China, I eat scorpion, squid, and a big spider, tarantula-like. But I can tell you one thing: if Chinese people are looking weird to you that you're eating spiders, then it's really not normal.
now we're eating crickets and cow tongue out here. Just depends on where you are.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
So I just want to say, enjoy your pizza.
No, I am. Now, you said you enjoyed eating the animals after, spending time with them, but did they ever return the favor? Do you still have all of your fingers and toes? Is there any chunks of Remdwaas missing, or?
We see, okay. I have everything still. So
it's important. We need you coding properly.
Yeah, I think that as well.
Grab a bite. I'm going to grab a bite. I don't want your pizza getting cold. This is actually really good. And I took a video for you guys. I'll show it at the end of, they put it in a wood-fired oven. That was new for me. In Remdwaas today, I'm enjoying Dragon's Milk White. It's a bourbon barrel stout. Interesting.
For me, it's just 0.0. Nothing in it. I don't
Good
drink.
Choice.
I don't smoke.
In full transparency, I don't drink much at all. I will for pizza because I think pies go well with pints, but it's more for show.
More for show. But in the end of the show, it's empty.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm more of a pinball lush than an alcohol lush, but so your tables. We've spent some time here at home recently playing your tables. I hadn't really gotten a chance to enjoy much outside of Halo, which I played quite a bit, and Wacky Races, which, as you know, I beta tested with you and I revealed on my stream. But I had a lot of fun with Wacky Races. But just the other day, we went back and ran a tournament on Monkey Island. One of the things I noticed in there, you build really action-heavy, interactive elements in your tables. Can you step us through how you try to lay out those pieces and how you get into your design phase a little bit, maybe? It's fascinating to me.
For me, it's all about the gameplay. If you play a game, you have to accomplish something, and every time I try to do something new. I only build originals, like I told you, because for some people it's also not known as well, because they think I'm mod, but I definitely don't do that. I just build them from scratch.
No,
and some work. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. And some things work and some things don't work, but yeah, with this hobby it's trial and error. So I start with a team. What do I like and what remembers me about my childhood? And with the team I started to collect art, 3D objects, video games, music, and so on. Then I will watch the videos and I will rip the sounds from the videos. That's like what I did from South Park. I watch all seasons and all episodes again. It's really crazy, but also crazy fun to look. And I like a table with a little bit of humor. So I'm always looking for that sparkling of joy into an MP3 or a video or something else.
I do enjoy finding the clitoris. That is fun.
Yeah, that's fun. And after that, you also defeated Clitoris Boss or not?
Not yet, but I have gotten close to finding the. Yeah, no, I'm all out of clitoris jokes. I'm sorry. I love the little naughty touches you make to the tables. It gives a little bit of maturity, and some of the more adult tables like South Park. Those are a lot of fun.
Okay. It's nice.
That's great. No, I mean, the ramp work and the stuff you do, it's amazing. So thanks again for all that joy you bring us. Your early work, and I'm a little ignorant here, so I'm probably going to show my colors here, but my kids were clamoring to play some of your early games, Doraemon, Pokemon, I mean, to some extent, even Halo, but that's less for children and more for young adults. But what is your inspiration for stuff like that? Do you have something that inspires you to create things for a younger audience?
To tell you the truth, Doraemon, my first table that I published, I built it one for my wife to make her excited for Pinball. So that failed. That was a bummer. And I had to move all my hobby stuff upstairs. So that didn't work. But as you know, Doraemon is very big in Asia. And my wife is Indonesian, so she knows that. I even didn't know it existed. So I used a similar layout of Spider-Man, but not everything. And I tweaked a lot. But like I said, I just put everything in myself, make the walls and do everything. Now for Pokemon, yeah, that was for me a no-brainer because when I was a kid, I watched a cartoon on TV and I played a lot of Pokemon on the Game Boy and also the first Pokemon Pinball. For me, to collect those monsters and playing with Alakazam give me so much joy. Really, that's for me really one of the best games there is. So I tried to get Alakazam also back into the table and let him try to do Psybeam. So what I did was I took 2 cylinders in Blender, I extracted them so they were bigger, and then I put the rainbow color on it, and then I coded that they're going inside the Pokemon ball. For other children tables that are in planning some time is I think you talked with Joey about it yesterday. It's the Gremlins. I'm working on that with Joey. Darkwing Duck, I'm really far. I have to do so much code still. And I don't know if I have to separate it to a separate pub pack or something else. And I really want to do the Muppets to make a properly original of it. So I really hope that one doesn't get mod, because that one deserves really an original touch. And
good attention.
I also have Power Rangers on my backlog, and I maybe I want to do a mod of Super Mario Galaxy, but I'm still not sure about it because for me I really don't like so much the mods because it's not something new, and I rather see something new than that's something that's built and it's already there, and we do another skin over it and we release it.
Right.
And also Super Mario Kart, only that one is tricky because what I want to build is that you are playing in every round a different track. So that's something that's never done. And I think that's cool to make. But yeah, time will know.
And I think you supplied me some images this morning. So some of those works in progress, folks, are down below in the image slideshow. At the end of the show, I'll show a bigger version so you guys can get a representation of what's coming. But I'm excited about Gremlins, Power Rangers, especially some of the others you showed me, like the Muppets, hold me near and dear to my heart. You really have a flair for hitting nostalgia. Well done, sir.
Yeah, because for me also nostalgia.
Speaking of that, your recent tables like Escape from Monkey Island. Excuse me a sec. Escape from Monkey Island, Wacky Races, and Ducktales, those really feed into that nostalgic desire that a lot of us have. I mean, my whole stream is based off of the 80s and 90s, and a lot of your tables seem to be that way as well. Is it safe to say, and it looks like the answer is yes, but I want you to say more, that you'll continue to satisfy that 80s and 90s kids inside of all of us?
That's one simple answer, and that's yes for sure. Because I love those teams and those years, because it's also remember me about my childhood and about the TV and all the other things. And but that's not the only thing that I'm going to build, because I also want to build adult tables. Because like with South Park, I'm trying to find the edge of what's suitable and what's not. Because that's the person how I am. I just want to make something fun. And I don't have reasons or other things behind it, because I'm just a normal guy. But for me, it's just fun. Just to look the edge and how far can we go, and also something fun for adults. About nostalgia, I still cannot find the kind words from boards from vpinball.com about my Super Mario Galaxy table that I did a long time ago. So that's a shame, because for me sometimes those kinds of words means really a lot. And you know that Walter did his first mod ever on this table, on a Super Mario Galaxy.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, he didn't know that, but he never released it. But he did the mod and to making the outlanes, so the ball cannot go to the outlanes.
Huh.
And now he just made the Tommy table. It's really amazing to see people's progress in the things that they do. Walter and I tease each other really a lot, also on VP, on the chat from Frenchie. And then the people reacting like really like there is a lot going on, but it's just not. We're just having fun and just making saying things just to tease each other.
Well,
so that's about my nostalgia, and for sure, yes, I will continue with that.
Well, and you touched on it, but for those of you that don't know, and it was an eye opener for me, because there's a lot I'm still learning about you guys as creators, but Remco makes all of his tables from scratch and does all of the work. It's not like most other creators, right, Rem? It's a lot of people will get pieces and parts from places to make mods. You take a very different approach. You do a ground up. You make all the rules yourself. You're designing those ramps. I mean, Wacky Races was incredible. I loved the ramp work you did in that. I think I'm skipping around a little bit here, but you do a lot of table work by yourself, and in a short amount of time. I've seen you from start to finish a month, 2 months, maybe? I don't know. You tell me. Is it true that you're averaging 1 to 2 months in these builds? And how are you so efficient at getting these tables out?
That's a good question, because it has two parts. We're not going to talk only about Wacky Races today.
Right. Sorry, it was.
I just have no life. That's the thing. I have no life. I'm just a system engineer by day, and if I stop working, I put my designer's cap on, and then I'm trying to be creative. So my wife doesn't like my hobby much lately, because it's just time consuming. It takes up really a lot of time. If I work on the table myself, because lately I do it with other people, just so they also can learn, they also can understand, and we can do it together to have more fun, because I think about rules, but somebody else can have another idea, right?
Yeah.
But if I'm working on the table, then it's just for 1 month. It's work, build the table, sleep. And then also weekends, testing, and just going till it's done and it's finished. So you have to remember that building a table, how they are made, and even for VP workshop, it's like longer, some years, that they just build one table, because there's so much dedication going on to build it. It's just all about dedication. For me, I just want to set a goal, and then it's 1 month and then just finish a table. But yeah, when you are alone, it works. But when you are with more people, I've seen, you also depend on their times, and then you have to calculate more. So you say 1 month is fast, but for Drunken Santa, it was 19 days that I finished that one.
Wow. Well, if you're not swimming with sharks, you're working on pinball, it sounds like.
What?
I said, if you're not swimming with sharks, it sounds like you're working on a pinball table.
Yeah. But I rather lay in the sea swimming with sharks, huh? And just enjoying. But I tried it multiple times and it doesn't work with me. So maybe I have to find another hobby in that.
Well,
so it's not only about for me building. I also want to learn new people this hobby and to bring them in the journey to create tables. We have in the VPN Help Shop channel, we have that with the VP Winch workshop. And I try to motivate everybody to finish the table. So I'm asking every time, how are you? Is it going well? Do you need other help? Or can I help you by something? Just to motivate him, because I know if you don't touch it for a while, you will think it comes, and then it's a week, a month, half year, and then it just ends in a work in progress.
Yep. And
so just to help each other and encouraging each other, for me, that's very important.
I'm glad you brought it up, and I'm gonna go off a little bit here, but something I'm pretty passionate about is helping others as well, and bringing more people into this hobby only helps all of us because everybody's got a different talent, right? So something you brought up recently in Discord channels, and you and me and Major Frenchie talked about, we talked about it last week in Frenchie's interview, but you've written a guide for people who want to learn how to create tables. You've started a framework for it, and you and I would like to basically take that and create an open source document. Is that right? Something where we can get others to contribute to this and create a nice how-to guide for people who are interested in creating tables. Do you want to talk a little bit about that, or?
Yeah, but the problem is that I've tried with 7 people now, and everybody just quits because it's just overwhelming.
As far as starting a table and finishing it, or as far as getting the document created?
No, as far as starting a table and then make the progress,
right,
and then just follow the steps. And then I think in the beginning, after the biggest part is make a table playable. That's where my last stop is in this guide, and then people just stop and quit with it
because it's a lot of in-depth work, and there's a lot to it, but I think your guide is a good step in the direction. I know there's others, a couple of fellow streamers, Frisco Pinball, who you may be talking to in the near future as well, is thinking about making his own table. I think it would be great if he had a framework guide to start with, and hopefully we can get that out there and get others to contribute to making it easier for people to get on board. So thank you for providing that, and I will hopefully get some people together and complete that, make it a usable thing for people. So thank you very much for putting that out there for the community. Hey, I see your arcade behind you. Do you get to play often, real or virtual? Can you tell us a couple of your top favorite games? You can go pinball, arcade.
I only play virtual pinball. I just got one up arcade. I still have to mod that one, but yeah, time will be an issue, I think. I started to play pinball in DOS with Night Mission Pinball. I don't know if you know that pinball table.
I do.
Yeah, it was my first pinball. Then, of course, the Space Cadet, and that got me hooked up with pinball eventually.
I was not expecting those choices. Those are great.
Yeah. I have a cap, but mostly of the time I'm creating, so I almost not play my cap, only for testing purposes, to test the games and things like that.
I'm sure you get sick of your own tables after a little while.
Oh, definitely, really. We were so sick with Wacky Races, you cannot imagine. Joey wanted to give it up, and I was really done with it. So, yeah, because it was too much. We put too much in the table. So for Gremlins, it will be less. It just will be a short game.
You can only catch so many pigeons, Rem.
Yeah, indeed. The first real pinball table I played, that was beginning this year.
Which one?
With my brother. I played Aerosmith.
Oh.
And then 4 weeks ago, we went on holiday and I visited Pinball Club Milano. And there I played some real tables, CGI, Kiss, Mouse, something, I don't know. World Soccer, Flintstones, Pinball and Transformers. Huh. But yeah, it's two different worlds. If I can say two favorites, it's for me really Pokemon Pinball that I made, the version, and the Attack of Mars because of the gameplay. Just shooting aliens and that's all.
Yeah, the flow of that game is pretty good. We're going to give your Pokemon table more attention in the near future because I've not given it the attention it deserves. And I think next week I'm going to be focusing on that for Thursday tournament. So thanks again. That's a good table. I just downloaded it, started playing it, but I need to get into it. I don't know enough yet.
Maybe we can help the competition one day.
Well, we do them to bring attention to the tables because, you know, for me, I knew about Wacky Races. I know I keep talking about it today, but really only Halo and Doraemon were ones I had touched in the past. I didn't give your other tables their due. And when I played Monkey Island last week, wow, I was impressed. And I had fun, which is really what it is most important, as you said earlier, right?
Yeah, but for Monkey Island, what needs to be said is really VPN Workshop. I'm saying every time the name wrong, sorry guys. But they did really a lot to help me because we wanted to make the table more beautiful. So Sixto really did a lot on the table and also the other guys. And Oksam, Tarzani, that's really the big help because he made the spinning wheel at the end of Monkey Island. So I did the artwork and the objects and all the things, but he really made the wheel work because I was not able to. And in South Park, he made the bus drive and go back and with the Satan and Jesus combat. And he also helped that if the ball didn't go down, that he not registered that as a hit.
That was Oki-san?
I didn't know how to code that. Huh?
That was Oki-san that helped with that?
Yeah, because if I'm stuck with coding, in the beginning I asked GP Sellers really a lot with coding. Then I did most things on my own. But it's just so handy. Just you can just, for me, I can just post it in the help shop or something else. And there are like 100 people that are willing to help. So for me, that's really, really great. And I also think that the VPN workshop, that's really the core of creating tables. And
yeah, they're a great group.
Really, yeah.
We have a lot of them coming up here on the interviews. Six Toes is coming up. You mentioned JP. I've been talking to JP Salas. He'll be joining us here for pizza, hopefully. So I like hearing what they've done on your tables because now I can ask certain things about your tables and the work they did when I interviewed them. So thank you. That I did not know. So we talked about you making it from scratch, but I guess we already covered this a little bit, but what is the most challenging thing about making a table from scratch? Is it Blender? Is it the coding? You know, do you have any advice out there for anybody taking a shot at creating a table?
The advice is really simple. Rome is not built on one day. I also post it on forums, in messages and everything. Just take it step by step. And don't make your first pinball table so difficult with all kinds of RAMs, with all kinds of things. because it only demotivates you. Just make it simple.
So you can
Just
learn.
try to do something every day. Even it's adding one lamp, is doing some art, because you will see the progress eventually. And that's how you get it complete. Because there are a lot of people that just try and they get so overwhelmed and they just quit.
I do a lot of different things, but I thought about creating a table. When I do it, I think I'm going to look at an EM style, because it's a little more basic. There's not a huge rule set to look at, but it will give me a basic understanding of how table works and flows. Cuphead Pro, if you've ever played that, is kind of my inspiration for what I might look at doing. But keep it simple, people. Don't overwhelm yourself right away, and then you'll learn the basics and hopefully make some very unique and creative things like Remdwaas does. So, great advice. Hey, I'd like to challenge you to a battle. I'm going to create a creator battle series. Major Frenchie's accepted. Do you dare accept my challenge for a virtual pinball battle? You can pick the table and the time.
Like I said, for Pokemon. If you do that, that's fine. And then in the weekend.
Sure. I'll need a little time to brush up on my abracadabra, but you're on, sir.
Is it going to be in head-on, so you can see us both playing, or what's it going to be?
Yeah, we'll do a head-to-head competition. You'll see you on your screen, me on my screen. I'll show you a little preview in Discord, but I've got a whole layout Joey Picasso and I have developed. So, yeah, you can put on your best trash talk, and we'll go head-to-head in Pokemon. We'll see who's the better trainer. I'm sure it's you. Thank you for accepting the challenge. I will mark you down. That will be exciting. So this is wonderful. I've been enjoying getting to know you. Thank you. It's one thing to talk to you in chat. It's another thing to see you and get to enjoy some pizza with you. So thanks again. You've always really had some well thought out modes, play options. Wacky Races with Catch the Pigeon, Escape from Monkey Island had a lot of cool and interesting modes for me. I know Pokemon does as well, just haven't gotten there. When you start an original table, how do you look at gameplay and rules? Because as you said, that's important, but for me, it's what brings me to the table and what keeps me there. How do you look at that?
I do it always with a brainstorm session. I always write down everything in Notepad, and sometimes I make a sketch in Paint, like what Joe and I did, and also Retro Geek with Darkwing Duck. And write everything down, everything, if it's possible or not. Because I had multiple sessions with Joey. He wants to throw logs in Wacky Races. He wants to have a steering wheel and drive a car. But I'm the one who has to freaking code it, Joey? So we didn't went with that, because for me it just wasn't possible. But just always brainstorm, and then going to build the table. And after a while you're building, then you think, oh, maybe this is nice. We can add this. And then you will get your extra rules to make it special. And always what I do is find something that's not there yet, that you haven't played or haven't seen. That's for me important.
So like with Wacky Races, did you take the cartoon and see how the cartoon moved and how Dick Dastardly did things, and you kind of looked and crafted your modes based off of how the cartoon flowed? Or
I watch all episodes, and what came every time back was the radar. That came every time back, that where they are on the radar. So I implement that in the BTS. So every time when you pass by a driver, you see the radar, and then you hear the voice and things like that. So that's something extra, and that's what you see if you just watch the the cartoons or videos or something else.
Okay. I appreciate that. I'm, like I said, looking for some creative inspiration, so this helps me think of my ideas. I appreciate your insights into how you think. Thank you. You've given us 5 work in progresses today, not just one. My last question for you, which came before you showed me all these teases, was, can you give us any hints as to what you're dreaming up next? And you have showed us today 5 tables that you are dreaming up next. Gremlins, Power Rangers, Darkwing Duck, The Muppet Show, and Lego. Wow.
Lego Medieval. Because
Lego
you have the
Medieval. So castles.
Yeah. And well, yeah, I want so many things, but it's like just what Francie said, the time. And the time is a problem because I just switched my job. So I have not so much time. But I hope I will be able to release at least one this year. And I think it will be Gremlins. And if I have time, then also Darkwing Duck. Because I'm so far with that one, I really want to release that one.
Gremlins is officially a Christmas movie. At least here at my house it is. My wife disagrees. So will we have that by Christmas? Is that our Christmas present from you?
Maybe earlier, because I don't want to wait. Because if I finish something, I just want to give it out to the community. That's me, but maybe I will get a fight with Joey, I don't know. But I'm the stronger one, so I will win.
Well, let us know how we can help, and
yeah.
That is that's wonderful. We have the future pinball Gremlins, as I'm sure you know, but I don't like playing future pinball terribly a lot. It's a little floaty for me, but very much looking forward to what you and Joe are working on there. Looks incredible.
So Marty, you had Francie, me, and if people didn't want to see me, haha, too late. So I'm hoping that Oku-san will be next in the interview, because he's. I really want to see the person behind this true mastermind.
Yeah, if you would encourage him a little more, because I've hit him twice and he keeps telling me we'll see. I have many others lined up, ready to go. Oki-san, where are you, man? It's free pizza, my treat. And I'm pretty easy on you, right, Remco? It's not like I'm throwing a hardball question at you.
Totally not.
Just get in here. Maybe he doesn't have time. Time seems to be the limiting factor at our age. Time.
Our age. Are you that old? No, right?
I am not dead yet. I have all the time I need.
So 50 more years to go.
Cheers. I've had a blast. You've answered all of my questions. The floor is yours. Is there anything you'd like to tell the audience at large on Twitch and YouTube and the world out there?
Yeah. My last shout out and thanks is for GP for always answering my questions. Shupiti, where I worked with Monkey Island, because he is also not in the group. Dr. James House for FNAF. And for FNAF there's a pip pack out, because somebody hit me up and he said I made a pip pack for it. Can you add the code? So I did. So that's new. So that's cool. And everybody from VPN workshop, because then I said right away, thanks to more than 100 persons. And like I said before, you are the core of the content creating and the group I trust the most. All of you guys. Mine, this is really a respectful hobby. This is really one of its kinds. Just keep it this way. Less drama, more pinball.
Yep.
And for all the last, I also have a question for you, if I may.
Please.
And that's invest money in an arcade one-up or at games pinball machine?
I actually have my own cabinet that I built. I have 2 arcade 1-ups, but I built my own real cabinet that's full size because the arcade 1-up was a little tiny for me to play on when I stood up, even with the riser. But I also attached light guns to it and a driving wheel. So I have 3 different swappable components on my arcade. And I pride myself as a retro genius. If I can ever help you at all, let me know.
And I will call you or DM you. Don't worry. I will find you.
I love arcades. Pinball is a newer part of that. Virtual pinball, I've been in 3 to 5 years, but I just really started getting into it in the last 2. So my eyes have been opened, and I am exclusively, solely, fully in love and passion with virtual pinball. I can't get enough of it. So keep your tables coming, sir. I appreciate them. I know everybody else does.
Do my best. Yeah, I will do my best. Thank you for this conversation.
Yep, we'll look forward to your work, and we appreciate you, sir. Thank you for your time, and have a good day.
You too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. I have no idea what that was. Why am I welcoming you? You're already here. And thanks for coming. I have a special end treat for you. I want these credits roll because everybody was so nice tonight. Thank you, everybody, if I missed you. And here, as promised, is a full screen preview of 4 of the 5 tables. Power Rangers is not previewed here because it's very raw. It's not ready to show you guys yet. But thanks for coming. Look forward to next week, who will be interviewing. I'm not going to tell you yet. So stay tuned to be teased and tickled all week long. Because that's just how I am. I hope you're that way too. And you keep things ready to go in your back pocket so you can always pull them out and excite yourself, because I want to bring you guys something special and unique. Hopefully we've done that. Next week will be another treat, and I thank you for coming. So, good night. And if you're watching on YouTube, a link to Remdwaas's tables will be below. For those of you in chat, you might want to hang out. I'm going to raid somebody. But thanks. We'll see you soon.